look, there's details that come out in all of this that a lot of people don't talk about. So there was a detail there about Hillary. I just want to bring this up. Now, in my childhood and youth, one of my terrors, I shouldn't have watched The Exorcist at such a young age. You know, when her head spun around and that look on her face? There's only one thing that causes me more PTSD and waking up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat screaming, and that's the vision and image of Hillary Clinton uh, cackling. And so now I'm being slightly serious here in the sense of how horrifying that image is. And no surprise, in terms of the intel coming out now, they're saying that Russia sat on intelligence of Hillary Clinton's heavy tranquilizer use. And I looked into that. There's something to do with psychotic medicine or antipsychotic or something like that. But the word psychotic is there, and she's on all these tranquilizers. Then you start putting the two and two together. Remember there was that video of them carrying her into the back of the limo or whatever?
9/11 ceremonies, and she collapsed, and they dragged her in to the limo. And then, curiously, a few hours later, she appears like nothing has happened. And the press, the press, Jamie, they never really get to the bottom of anything. So they never probed as to what that all was. But who knows what they were
Yeah.
getting that woman.
But that laugh of hers, please, I ask my audience for forgiveness for my next comment, but her laugh is kind of the anti Viagra in the world. And okay, I really apologize for this, but it's just really scary, harrowing stuff. But it all begins to make sense with these new details of the tranquilizers she was on, and Putin had this in his briefing, so they could have used this really against the United States, right?
Oh, no doubt about it. And he didn't do it because my view is that he would have preferred to have Hillary Clinton as president, a known quantity. So, it's interesting, Jamie, this whole thing was concocted to try to get attention away from the Hillary Clinton email scandal. How can we get people focused on something else? So they started with this whole Russian collusion nonsense. And they just kept at it until they got a special counsel and they got Trump impeached. And, he's been angry about it ever since. And I think rightfully so. I mean, it was no president has been through what he has been through, Jamie.
I
And
don't
it
know how he
started,
survived.
it started the day he came down the escalator, and it still goes on today.
I don't know who else on this planet could have survived what Trump survived. But it turns out now that Brennan, another SOB for another million reasons, suppressed the intel that Russia had compromising material on Hillary in 2016, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. They all work together to create fiction and promote that and make sure that the real intelligence was hidden. So it was a total lie that they spun under the direction of Barack Obama, who is the Manchurian candidate, Jamie. We know that this is a guy, and you've done your studies on him. You know the whole background of Barack Obama's fiction, and everything about him is not true. We've been sold a bill of goods about Barack Obama. So I guess he's angry at the end of his term. He wants to make sure Donald Trump doesn't destroy his legacy. So he's like, I'm going to make sure that this guy is saddled with all of this.